I want to show you how to work wet into very wet as the very first of our 4 techniques that we've got here. So I've drawn out some shapes, some Christmassy shapes. We've got a holly leaf, and we've got a Christmas tree, and we've got a bauble, just on some watercolour paper. And I suggest you do this and have a go at these techniques. In my palette I've mixed up a few colours now. We've got some very bright colours, some intense ones. I've used phthalo blue and phthalo green and a purple. And I'm mixing up here a red, making it quite strong. I want the colours to be very strong, not too watery. Now I'm getting water on my brush and making it nice and wet, and I'm just going to apply this clean water to my shapes, covering them in clean water. And then what I want to do now is pick up one of these intense colours from my palette and just drop it in. And you can see, because it's strong, it then gets diluted a bit in the water that's on the holly leaf and spreads out beautifully across there. Wash off the brush, dry it off a little bit, and pick up another colour straight from the palette and drop that in. And it's beautiful just to watch the way that they merge. Drop in another colour again. I'm not mixing the colours together, they're just allowing them to touch one up against each other as they go in. Just pick up another colour and put it in. Just have a go at this, have a play at this. Don't mix them, whatever you do, just allow them to touch. And then when that dries, you get a wonderful kaleidoscope of colours. Let's have a go at another of the shapes. Let's have a go at the bauble. So coming in with slightly dirty water now, it's gone a little bit yellowy, but that's okay. It helps us to see it on the video. And there we go, just colouring in. And I've left a crescent shape of dry paper there. That's going to give us the shine on the bauble. So coming in again with one of these intense colours, wash off the brush again, pick up another colour and bring it into the picture. Just going to bring in 2 or 3 colours here just to allow them to merge. I've got my board nice and flat, so there's no paint running down anywhere. It's just running flat on the paper. And the Christmas tree as well, coloured in. So have a go at those on some watercolour paper and see how you get on. The next technique we're going to be using is wax resist. Now for this I'm using just the stub of an old candle, and I'm drawing it on. Very hard to see where it's gone, but I'm drawing it on onto the paper. Now that creates a resist, so when we put the watercolour on top, it doesn't stick to the paper where the resist is. It runs off and it leaves us with white marks. Now we can use these for the veins in leaves, as we've got here, or for other bits and pieces within our Christmas cards. So I'm just going to put down a variety of colours over here, and you can see that the paint just runs off the wax and it leaves a slightly spotty, mottled effect, which is very nice. It's very organic, really. Put on one more colour at the end and just finish off the leaf. Now because these colours are very wet and the paper's flat, we just need to leave them quite a while to dry off before we do anything else. You can use the wax again for another picture here. We've got the Christmas tree just drawn in. Just draw over the lines here with the wax crayon, and then again just wash over with some paint, and again we can see how the wax just creates the drawing for us. So this is a technique that is quite fun to do. It's a bit risky because we can't always see where we've gone with the wax, but it can create some lovely effects. Our next one is called digging in. And with this we're just going to lay down a little bit of colour, and then with a paper clip, or you can use a toothpick or even your nail or the end of a brush, just dig in into the paint, and it causes little valleys and darker lines. And finally we're going to look at blowing. We're going to use a straw for this. So first of all I'm just laying down some very wet puddles of paint, different colours, just very wet. Just a little mix here. So we want good sort of wet puddles lying on the paper. Put in another colour or two. There we go. And then I'm going to use a straw, a drinking straw, and I'm just going to put it alongside the paint and blow very hard. And as I blow, out come all these lovely shapes. And we'll be using that in one of our Christmas cards as well. So have a go at these and see how you get on, and then we'll use them in our cards.